Hello, everyone. This is for Love of Silver here. Hope everybody had a great week. I want you to know I had one rough day. I had an event today, and tomorrow I got to go again. Well, I say got to go again. I appreciate it, being able to go and sell my art and stuff at different places. But it was cold and raining, and I mean, just as miserable a day as you could have ordered up. But we got through it. Maybe tomorrow will be better. A lot of people work today, so didn't many people show up. Had some bluegrass and uh, this and that. I'll think of the name of it, but it's in Granville, Tennessee. It's I forget the something Lucy, uh, some sort of event they have there in the spring every year, and it was pretty cool. They have bluegrass music. And a lot of people there with their artwork and stuff. A lot of different animals there to pet and live music and all that good stuff. But when I was showed up today, I got just enough signal back in there, and I mean, when I say back in there, it's back in there. They have to pump sunshine into this place. It's something else. But it's a cute little place, all kinds of old buildings and this and that. But when I got there and got out of the Jeep to get my stuff set up, I thought, I wonder what Silver's doing. And I checked it, and it was $29 and something. And then I thought, no, maybe that ain't right. When about 5 minutes later, I checked it again, and it was like $29.50. And then it jumped on up there about $29.80. And I've been talking to a buddy of mine here local about buying some of his silver. He's trying to save and get him a house and stuff. And he done messaged me and says, hey, we might have to work out a different deal, because he done told me a price. And he was seeing it too. And but the powers that be, they manipulate the. I mean, it's almost sickening sometimes, ain't it, y'all? Just when you see it start to jump, which like I said many times, I'm kind of scared to see it do what it's going to do at some point, I mean, but at some point it's going to get to what it really is. And who knows what that is. They've manipulated it so long, that and gold. That's what a lot of people don't count in. They say 20 to 1, it should be 20 to 1. But maybe gold should be $5, $6, $7,000 an ounce instead of 2,300. Maybe gold. A lot of people really don't talk about that, but I mean, it could be some ridiculous price that we see, and it not be ridiculous. It just because they've suppressed the price of it for so long, and I mean, who knows? Who knows? But it did tickle me for a minute. My buddy he messaged me and said, "Hey, we need to have to re-talk about this deal." But I messaged him later and showed him where it fell back down, and looks like we closed 27 and some change, almost 28. Bullion Brothers, the lowest price always. Well, them and Monument Metals is tied for this weekend. So if y'all looking for the lowest price to get silver online, if that's the way you order it, Bullion Brothers and Monument Metals both will have it all weekend at $27.91 an ounce. Kitco closed at $27.94 an ounce. SD Bullion $28.05. JM Bullion $28.07. APMEX $28.09. Now look at that right there. $28.09 versus Bullion, that's APMEX, $28.09 versus Bullion Brothers at $27.91. That's why I do this. That's why I give these prices. There's a 20-cent difference in that, and that's ridiculous. They ought to all have it set at what the price is, especially for the weekend. I mean, I can understand a little error here and there during the week, but on the weekends, come on now. What is silver price? Set it at that. Don't set your own price, because they're going to add for shipping and all that other stuff too, unless you order a certain amount. which I advise you to do because it's going to add to the cost if you don't get free shipping. Uh, I meant to say something about it the other day on April the 10th. Today's April 12th. Uh, but I was noticing where a lot of the insiders is dumping their stocks. And I guess everybody sees why today. You don't think there ain't insider trading? Stocks and Aztec, all the stock, everything was down today, but oil and gold that I seen. I mean, all the major stocks were like fell, you know, and they dump it. You know, I mean, it ain't just a lucky guess every time when you hear of this. You know, hear of Zuckerberg and all them and Bezos and all them selling their stocks, you know, before it all craps out, but. And then you got war on top of war on top of war. Remember my last video when I said Iran's poking the bear? Well, they bombed the embassy there, and I mean Israel poking the bear. They bombed one of Iran's embassies, and now Bloomberg come out today and said Iran will attack Israel, and supposedly the United States called Iran and told them that they better not, or you know, you think they care? You know, they got two big brothers, China and Russia, and we're already, you know, screwing the pooch with Russia. You know, do we really want to do that? I mean, and what if it was our embassy that got bombed? You can bet that they'd be retaliating. You know, you'd see Mr. Biden on TV tonight, somebody bomb one of our embassies on purpose. You'd see him on TV. Oh, there will be retaliation, you know. But said, you know, if Israel bombs somebody's embassy, you know, then the United States calls them and warns them not to do nothing about it. Come on now, what's going on? You know, I just don't get it. You know, they think we're all stupid. I guess, you know, they don't think we see all this stuff just over and over and. It just, I don't know. It's more than I can swallow sometimes. It took 200 years for us to get in debt $1 trillion. And now we go in debt over $2 trillion a year. Think about that one for a second. It took 200 years for this country to be $1 trillion in debt. And we never would have been in debt if it wouldn't been for the Federal Reserve, which, no politician will say no to the Fed. You know, you hear them talking about this and that, and we're going to pass $1 trillion bill to keep the government from shutting down. I think maybe, I don't know, man. I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not sure it's such a bad thing if the government did shut down for a while. I mean, except for the people and, you know, working out here in just everyday jobs, working their butts off, working for the government, which is a lot of the jobs in this country. I don't know about all the other countries or everybody else, but I'd say the government here in America employs a big percentage of the workers. I need to look that up and find out what that is, but it's probably a huge, huge percentage if you count everything from the police officers and to the politicians and all the people that work the state parks and all the different CIA, FBI, NSA. Lord, how many more security things do we need in this country to keep us all safe, you know, and take our rights at the same time? That's a double-edged sword, ain't it? One thing for sure, there's wars coming. And you might as well just go ahead and get ready for it because everything else is going to, you know, going to the crapper. And when all else fails, they take you to war. And that's just a fact. I watch a very, very intelligent man, Gerald Celente, and I also watch Greg Manarino quite a bit. And Greg, he's a Looney Tune, but he's a smart guy, and you can tell it. And if you follow his advice on stocks and stuff like that, which I don't mess with stocks, I never have. I ain't got the kind of brain that does that sort of thing. I mean, but he's made good decisions ever since I've been watching him. I've been watching him at least 10 years. Uh, but, you know, Gerald Salente says that all the time, you know, when all else fails, they take you to war. Well, that's just a fact, you know, and they'll make up whatever lie they got to make up to get you there, too. And everybody, and you know what? It's the bandwagon thing, and everybody jumps on it. I don't get that, you know. Facebook, you know, when this war started here with Russia and Ukraine, you know, it wasn't 2 days after that, the propaganda on television, and you start seeing people throwing up flags on Facebook, you know. Oh, you know, they just buy right into it, you know. It's just brainwashed, you know. They just eat up whatever they gonna put out, and that's the way that goes. And I'm afraid that's the way it's gonna keep going. And it don't matter when we have our government selections anymore. Yeah, it don't matter which one you put in there. It really don't matter. They're both going to do exactly what the Federal Reserve says. You don't even hear the politicians even say anything about it anymore. You know, uh, it's like they're part of our government, and the Federal Reserve is not part of our government. You know, it's foreign bankers printing our money. Exactly what they said don't do in this document right here. And you know, I was thinking about that today, the silver and stuff. You know, I mean, I honestly do think they're supposed to print so many silver eagles every year, right? It's the law. They've got to print so many silver eagles every year. And I mean, the proof's in the pudding. That's $1. That's $1. That's one United States silver dollar. Any way you look at it, it is a kind of rides a fence on a bullion coin because there is one complete total troy ounce of silver in each one of these. But look at what this will buy, and look at what a paper dollar will buy nowadays. Now, in 1964, 1963 is a different story. You know, one paper dollar was exactly the same amount. Matter of fact, you could take one of these or take a paper dollar to the bank in 1962 and give it to them, and they'd give you silver coins, 4 silver quarters, 2 silver half dollars, or 90%ers, but it was silver. And since they took us off the silver and gold standard, you know, it just I don't know, it just eats my rear end up. Let's see what else we got in the news for today. Well, thank God it's Friday. Let's just throw that in there too. Hey, well, I forgot to say this. Silver almost hit 81 today. You know, I mean, it was just right there, just a few cents away. You know, when they first made silver and gold coins, there was a $20 gold coin, a 1 ounce gold coin, and a $1 silver coin. You know, and so it was 20 to 1, the ratio, and the ratio about 3 weeks ago was 90 to 1. Well, today when it jumped up to it was 29.90. It almost hit 30. I mean, it was like right there at it till they could hit the button. Whoever does the manipulation button, I bet they might have slept in this morning because it just dang near hit 30, and they really scared of that 30 mark, if you ask me. But it tickled me to death to see how close it got before somebody woke up and said, "Oh Lord, look what's happening," you know. And whatever they do to manipulate it, there it went, you know. Like I said, my buddy done messaged me and said, "Hey, you know that deal we was talking about? We might have to retalk that, you know." And it wasn't 2 hours later. I messaged him back and said, "Ha ha ha!" It dropped back down, you know. But I mean, ain't that something? A kilo bar 3 years ago was $600 and something. 500 something, 600, 500 something, I believe, and upper 500s. And now it's 900 and something dollars a bar for a kilo, 2.5 pounds, right at it. But it almost hit. It was almost over 1,000 today. Just think about that, as far as savings as buying silver, I try to work out deals on the side where I can, where I ain't got to pay for shipping or get $200 worth of stuff, because a lot of times I can't afford to buy no $200 worth of silver. I try to work out deals with my friends if I can get it at spot price, even if I have to give $27 an ounce for it. That's okay with me. I mean, because I look at the $30 mark as just something that's just finally going to happen. There's going to be a day that they ain't going to be able to stop it, and it's going to go through that mark and go way past it, in my opinion. And I look for 40 and maybe 30 and hopefully 20 to 1 again. That'd tickle me to death. But anyway, I'm getting a little long-winded. Let me go ahead and we'll show a few of these coins here and see what's going on today. I laid some eagles out here today from 2019 to 2024. So we got 7 coins here. Here's a 2019 Silver Eagle. We're still in the top 1 error here. So, beautiful coin. And I have not ever looked through these for errors and stuff. I need to get them out and maybe call my buddy Jack and get him to bring his microscope over and take a look at these. Because when I went through completing my Silver Eagle set, which I have them all, and I'm pretty proud of that. Me and my dad collected them all over the years. My dad had a few. His wasn't that great, though. He'd take his out and play with them and stuff, but mine, I always kept mine in the case and in good shape. There's a 2019 and 2020 right there. That's a nice looking one, too. All mine look about the same. They all look about just like this, all the way back to 86. I tried to get them all in the MS state. The ones I picked up that I didn't have. That's a beautiful coin. I like that design. I like the top 1 design. Just seemed like a lot more detail on it to me. And here's the twins, the year it changed, 2021. Ain't anything wrong with that coin. Ain't a mark on it nowhere. That's still a top 1, so that's the first half of the year right there. And here's the other 2021 when they changed over to the top 2, which is beautiful too, but the nest builder, I guess they call it. But there's a spot on the case right there between the wings, but that's on the case, that's not on the coin. I've got a new set of cases that my daughter got me for Christmas last year. I need to change them all out into them other airtights and keep them all in a case. And here is the 2022. That's a 70. From now on, every year, now that I've got them all, I'm just going to try to get a 70 every year unless they get all crazy again. I noticed that the premium's going back up on them. About as cheap as I've seen that you can get a Silver Eagle from one of the online dealers now is about $36 if you buy it with a credit card. So premiums are going back up. They were about $3 there at one time. I seen them $3 and $4, and now they're back up to $8 again. So they're going back up, and I luckily got all mine during that time. I completed the sets that I had, got all the years together when it was when the premiums were down. It's a 2023 right there. Maybe a little scratch on that coin right there. I ain't never noticed that. Sure is. That's a little dink on it right there. One little bitty speck. That's enough to make it a 69 anyway. And here's the 2024. Struck at the West Point Mint, but it does not have the West Point Mint mark. But NGC, which I believe wholeheartedly, said it was struck at the West Point Mint, but it don't have the W on it. I guess it come out of either a monster box or a roll, so they can tell that away. That's how they can tell, but I don't know why if they put West Point on that one, I don't know why they didn't put the issue on this. It was first day issue, so if they know that, they know which mint it was made at. They should anyway, huh? You'd think they'd put that on there, but they didn't. But anyway, just checking in with everybody. Love everybody. I hope everybody has a great, safe weekend, and love and blessings to everybody. Be kind, love one another, be courteous to each other, help one another, and you get a chance, pick up one of these constitutions here and take a read in it about what our money should be. Hope everybody has a great weekend. I'll try to holler at y'all around Saturday or Sunday and see what goes on and see what everybody thinks going to happen Monday. I'd love to see that in some comments. What do y'all think is going to happen Monday when the silver opens up? I know one thing, when they start banging around going to war and all that, two things are going to happen. Gold and oil is going to go up. And I'd say silver would tag along with them. I honestly think they suppress the prices of silver just so they can, I don't know, I hate to say that, make bombs, Lord of mercy. It takes 500 of these to make one Tommy Hawk missile. Ain't that something? Use this beautiful stuff that people mine and work so hard to recover and get, and then turn it to dust in the ocean, shooting a ship. Not to mention all the people that get hurt when they do it. Ain't that something? But anyway, I'm rambling now. Love and blessings, everyone. We'll talk to y'all later. Have a good weekend.